Okay, this time I'll be showcasing some test hands. So this is going to be random, so I'm going to do random generated hands. So this is actually not bad for first turn hand. So the only trouble is this hand loses the draw. So preferably go Prosperity first, but if you draw, go for Nubis first. That is literally a 1-card combo. But let's just see what happens if we activate Pros. We'll banish 6 cards. If you know you're versing Dragotail, do not banish Secretarian. So usually I go banish the Apophis. I want to copy Apophis. Anything that's going second related. This one. Typhon is not really that useful. This is not that useful. I think, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So one more card. Link Spiners, okay. Probably put Goose card because you don't really use that as much unless you brick with your hand. So the only time you ever go Bagooska if your opponent try to negate everything. So let's see, we go Droplet, 2 Droplets, Man, and Terraforming. Okay, so let's go with Call By. So in case we get... problem is we lose to an Imperm. So Call By is really good. It allows you to stop certain things. So we'll go for Call By. Just because, I'm doing imaginary, so... testing hand with that. So let's go Anubis. They try to Ash or something, we go Call By. If they draw us, that's not good. So we will go Man. Yeah, we just literally have to pass turn with just Super Poly and the Swamp set. So activate Man, and then you go full combo with this. And if you've seen my previous parts of the video, or this video, you'll see that this is full combo. So yeah. Okay, on to the next test then. Okay, so we drew Treasures, we drew Temple, and we drew some other back row. Good thing we drew Statue because we don't have to set it off Rabbit. So let's go with, and we also drew Call By. This is actually an amazing hand. So we'll set the Swamp, Serpent, and then we will set this one because not really useful. So we'll go Treasures, they Ash, we go Call By. It doesn't matter what they do because even if they draw us in this particular position, it's fine because we already have Apophis, the Serpent, already set up, and we also have a Temple. So they think we don't have a way to get Temple. Sorry, we have a way to get the Temple. So we'll go Apophis first. Set the Swamp. Now, normally I would go activate Swamp immediately and then just do your other plays. But in this case scenario, we will go for Man. This is only if they don't have draw. So summon Man, use the effect. If they Imperm, you chain Swamp and summon and negate the Imperm. That's if they're running Imperm. So we're gonna go no. We're gonna go to search Anubis at hand. Yes. And if they draw us now, activate Call By. So we've already activated Man, we've already activated Treasures. So now, let's say they do Imperm. So we will go this, and then we negate the card, summon. We will summon in the extra monster zone. Activate the effect to reset. If they have another Imperm, well, that's pretty good. So we'll set these two, and now we have full board set. So we have Apophis, and we have so we have the Serpent, we have a Swamp Deity, and we have an Anguish pattern as well. So pretty good. And we also have Call By. Preferably I would like to save Call By for next turn in case my opponent tries to interrupt me. So preferably I like to set the Anubis. Don't worry about these. This card can be activated in hand, the Purge, and the Call By. Preferably want to save it for next turn. But normally during your opponent's turn, you just go Anguish, summon. This will pop anything that you don't need, that you want to destroy, and then you go Serpent, summon, and then pop. Then use Anguish pattern to pop anything that they have, and then you set the Swamp, and then you summon Swamp to negate, and then you have another Swamp to summon and negate, and you have a Spell Trap negate as well, and you also have a purge in hand in case they want to search. So pretty good. You have 1, 2, 3. Sorry, you have 1 interruption, 2 interruptions, 3 interruptions, and if you count Anguish by itself, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have 6 and 7. You have 7 interruptions during your opponent's turn. So pretty good. That should be literally GG. And and 8 if you have the Apophis. Another purge, not Apophis. So yeah, pretty good hand, as I say so myself. Oh god, that's a really broken hand. All right, let's do another hand. Well, this hand's all I could say is you pray your opponent doesn't have Ash or Purge. Yeah. So if they did, let's see what we would have gotten. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If they have Droll, you always get Anubis no matter what. You already have Fool in that, but you go for Anubis and you pray you survive till next turn. And that's pretty much it. So that's it with that hand. Okay, on to the next hand. Okay, this hand's okay. So we'll go treasures. And we will go set this one. Let's go ahead with one of the other ones. I just want to get a fun example. Those hands were actually pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, this is actually a good example, but we drew Anguish, so it's pretty good. Alright, so we'll go terraforming, search for the treasures. They draw us, well that hurts, but doesn't hurt as much. So, because the reason why, because you have 1, 2, 3 pops, and you have an additional negation as well. So, we'll go treasures, and I'll show you why. So, since we already have the serpent in hand, we will set the swamp deity. And let's say if our opponent draws us. Well, you can't do much, but you do have like 1, so you summon this, and you have 1, 2, 3 pops on the field. But the fool is dead. That's the only downside. So yeah. But if your opponent didn't have Ash, sorry, if your opponent did not have a draw, let's go activate it. And we will search for let's see. We've already got this in our hand, so let's say they didn't have it. So we'll go judge circuit. Preferably I do not want to do that. If they don't have, preferably I like to use the treasures last, because I don't want to use it immediately and it loses to Ash. So we'll go this, searches that, and summon this effect, and we'll search. Actually, I would like to use this later. Like to follow my advice, summon this first and bait out anything, and then summon man. So I did misplay, but it's fine. You don't really need too much, but it's pretty good. Okay, so then we will activate this. And then we will set this. Then we summon man. And then we search. Use this. Summon. And then use the effect of search. Search anything that requires. You can use a treasure for an extra backup. And then set this. And then go for this. This is nib territory, so you can either stop here or do other things. So set these two. And yeah, you have, if this is only running, if you're running 3 copies of the Swamp Deity, you don't have to set the third one. The other one. So you go Apophis and you can just enter that. Pretty simple. You have 1 pop, 2 pops, and yeah, you have a lot of pops. Okay, let's do another hand. Yes, the ultimate brick hand. This deck can brick at times. Yeah, it's all she wrote. You can't summon this because you don't have a temple on the field. Temple-ish card. Okay, this hand's okay. We have talents in case they do something like troll or something like that. So we will go treasures. This one allows us to set this. Set our talents, activate the search, I don't want to ash myself. We'll go for Circuit. Now, if they draw us, well, it's GG. But, well, not GG, but you just can't do much against your board. I wouldn't summon this if you got trolled. I would probably just summon Man and just pass turn with that. Because you don't want to give your opponent extra plays. But let's say if they don't wait plays that kill you. So we'll go for Temple. Yeah, we'll do Temple. We can get the other one, but I really want to do this. And set this one. They do something, we can talents. But I want to activate. So negate, or do whatever. And then we can go for you. Activate to reset. And if our opponent doesn't have nib, we will go this and set a Statue of Anguish pattern. If they have nib, well, they can only give nib for like 2500 attack. But that's pretty much it. They also can also talents. You can also talents and take a look at their hand and steal something. So pretty good. But that should be all she wrote. Yeah, pretty simple. Alright, let's do one more hand test. And that'll be it. Okay, this hand's awful. Let's do another one. As I said, this deck can break at times. Okay, we have a Bell. We also have a Nubis if we are going second. These two cards are good. But let's say we draw for turn, we draw another Imperm. So it's okay. It's not too bad. But yeah, basic combo. You kind of get the gist of it. But yeah, this deck is very fun. It's a whole lot of card interactions when it comes to playing two-way Yu-Gi-Oh! Or one-way Yu-Gi-Oh! And yeah, it's not exactly the hardest deck to play, but it does take considerable amount of practice to actually know when you can activate certain things. So you can misplay at times. Believe me, I have done it so many times. But it does happen. So yeah. So if you've seen my deck profile that I uploaded before, this is pretty much it. I didn't show the site. I didn't show the side deck, but this is the current side deck I'm working on. Actually, I'm playing an anti-spell instead of a different dimension ground. Now I think about it. Anti-spell fragrance. That's what I'm running in my deck. So I'm running anti-spell, DDG. And some other cards. I'm not running the rock one. What is it called? Lord of the Prison. I'm not running this with Granite, Gallon Granite, because the time Nibiru is kind of interesting. This format. A lot of decks are running Nibiru, so if you can play around it or not play into it, that's the best way to play this deck. So I'm not running Gallon Granite or the Lord of the Heavenly Prison because I do not want to get nibbed. This is only good if you draw it early on, but you will get if you get nibbed. Yeah, that kind of hurts a lot because you'll lose your man and you'll lose your other card. So you have to know when to activate certain cards, and it's very, very important when you're playing this deck. You need to know when's the right time to activate cards. And to be honest, it's not exactly hard, but does take practice when it comes to learning this deck. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this combo tutorial, or combo video. Not really a tutorial, but more like, it is kind of a tutorial in a way. But I just want to show off some combos that I learned, basic combos with this deck, and how you can play this going first. But going second, that's a different story. You need to know when to play into certain stuff, and also pray that your opponent doesn't have anything to counter you. If your opponent does have ways to counter you, skip, go to game 2, so concede, go to game 2, and side in your other cards. If you know your verse, I'm running Soul Drain because of Draco Tail, and also what's it called? I'm running Soul Drain because of Draco Tail, Mitsurugi. Yummy cards aren't really much of an issue because the only thing they can't really do is stop you in a way. But they do create big beat sticks, but normally if you do that, you just go Statue of Anguish pattern. They do sometimes run Nib, but I've seen a lot of Yummy decks, or Yummy Mitsurugi decks, not really running. Well, they might run it. Depends on the build, so it depends on the person. So that's pretty much it. And also DEG's literally GG against both decks, Mitsurugi and Mitsurugi Yummy, and also the Draco Tail. Soul Drain is actually good against Draco Tail. Sometimes Yummy, Mitsurugi, not really good against Yummy. It's good against Mitsurugi in a way, depending on how they ritual summon. They can only use spells or ritual summon, but normally you just negate anything they do to ritual summon anyway. And it's also good against Malice. So Soul Drain, if you are planning on playing this is actually not bad tech if you are running it with the Lord of Heavenly Prison. So yeah, but the only problem with Lord of Heavenly Prison is that it gets banished during the end phase of the next turn. So yeah, be careful. I'm running it as a free off in this current format. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.